to be doing a little bit of work on the Celica. I'm actually going to see if I can clean up the engine bay a little bit. Now I know it doesn't look particularly dirty, it's just a few little areas I want to actually see if I can improve, like the top of the strut tower here, especially along the back of the firewall. See if I can clean all that. The hoses at the back, so if you can see that, are all quite dusty and dirty, so clean all those up and treat them with some back to black or some silicone spray, and just generally just give it a bit of a wipe down and a clean. See if we can't improve the actual look of it a little bit. Yeah, I know it's only a 140, but it's a really nice reliable engine, and no, it doesn't burn any oil. Not all 140s burn oil. This one's been a really good engine, and it's got what, nearly 300,000 miles on it. But I think as long as you service them properly and look after them, they do last. It also gives me a chance to check for any oil leak and things like that around the back of the engine, etc. So what we'll do is I'm going to remove all the covers first. I might even take the front bumper off and the headlights out, strut brace coming off, and then we can have a really good look at what we've got to do. So a little time later, and it's pretty much stripped down. Maybe a little bit extreme for some people just for cleaning, but I think to get to all this sort of stuff under here, all this grounding dirt and dust, I think it'll make a hell of a difference. Get rid of all this. I have got a little bit of rust coming through here. I've tried to body it up a little bit with some direct to metal paint, so that's going to have to be treated as well and redone. The engine mount looks a bit rusty as well, so I may have to get some new bolts for these and clean all the engine mount up at some point, but I won't be doing that today. Let's see if I can get another engine mount at some point and clean it all up and paint that before I put it in, and then just swap them over. But everything else looks pretty good. The belt looks a little bit tired, but it's not too bad. It was changed not so long ago. Don't look like I'm leaking any oil, looks pretty dry. So it looks pretty good. I could power wash it, but I don't think I'm going to. I think I'm just going to try and do it manually. I know it probably takes longer, but it's quite therapeutic. It's a nice day today, so why not? So like I say, I'll get all the cleaning brushes out and the cleaning fluids and cleaners and degreasers, and we'll get started. So I'm going to be using a combination of window cleaner just to remove any loose dirt, some good old Pro Clean degreaser just in this pot here. It's slightly diluted, I think I've diluted it by something like 10 to 1, and then a little bit of iron decon. I found this is really good for cleaning up just general dirt and grease, not just for cleaning the wheels. And then I'll probably finish off with some of the grease lightning showroom shine. You may have seen the review on this on a previous video. It's pretty good stuff. It's really like almost like a extreme detailer, really, more than a waterless wash. It also leaves a bit of protection on the paint as well, which would be quite nice on the slam panel, etc. And brushes, I'll be using a couple of old toothbrushes and a detail brush. This is from, I think it's from B&Q, just a normal round headed soft paintbrush. I think it was about £3. Yes, 25mm. So these are really good for detail work. Start on this section here. I'll just basically work in each section at a time and work my way around. Using some old cloths as well, just to wipe all the dirt off. Yeah, I could power wash it. Probably done in half the time. But I like to spend time on it and just do it by hand. I'll probably use a little bit of WD-40 as well, just to expel any moisture. Also leaves a nice protective layer as well. So it's starting to come up quite nice already actually, just a little bit of a degrease and a wipe over. I'm just going over with the grease lightning now. Let's bring it up really nice. It is annoying that Toyota never actually put any clear coat on the engine bays or rear boot shuts. So eventually when I do a repaint on this and an engine swap, I think I'll redo the whole engine bay and clear everything inside here as well, repaint the engine bay completely, just make a really nice job of it. I think you'll agree that's quite nice, just a little bit of a elbow grease. Yeah, I'm going to have to get some satin black for the horns I think, unless I can get some new ones from Toyota, that'll be a better idea. So there's Sahara dust everywhere as well, coating everything. It needs a little bit of attention down there. That's wax oil as well, so I think I'll just clean all this off and I'll replace the wax oil, I think, just to give it a bit more protection. But that grease lining eats through dirt, nothing else. Brilliant, look at that. It's just grease lining, no degreaser, nothing. It's just like almost like a degreaser itself. So on the bolts here, I'm just going to use a little bit of the actual WD-40 fast release penetrant. It's really good for rusty bolts. I know I've replaced these ones before. Got any in there left? Yeah. These actual brackets again need stripping off and repainting with satin black. So that's something I can actually look at. I haven't actually got any satin black at the moment. A normal D40 as well. It's better. Good soak on there as well with that. So gives you a really nice degreasing effect as well. Yeah, I haven't got any satin black at the moment, so I'll have to get some in stock, and then I'll sand all these down and redo the brackets, make them look half decent. See, they're easy because I've replaced them with stainless. Whether that one will come off, do you reckon? It'll break? Probably. Just leave it out of the way for now. It's just on a rubber thing, isn't it? So I think I'll leave that and I'll take it off from here, I think, when I come to repaint them. Because the aircon on this needs recharging as well, so that'll be something I'll be doing in another video as well. I'm just going to get on these DIY kits and recharge the AC. If we have a really nice summer, which I hope we have. Go grease lightning. Don't actually see any of this, but at least I know it's clean underneath. It's protected as well. Well, that needs degreasing as well. I'll have a look at that. Just work my way around, like I say. Yeah, I have to do something with that. That's going to snap. I can see that snapping. So remove the battery just so I've got a bit more access to the actual firewall, which is cleaning up quite nice. It's quite ground in the dirt, so it's taking a while to come up, but it's coming off slowly. It's improving it slowly. I have noticed there's quite a bit of rust just there, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to use some Genolite wax oil on it. It kills rust as well, and puts a waterproof coating on, so I'm just going to give it a bit of a coat of that stuff. See if that holds it back a little bit. Stops it from getting any worse. So we're getting there slowly. Yeah, there's some little areas I can't quite reach, like down in that corner there. I get the paintbrush in, but I can't actually get a cloth in. I don't know if I could actually, tell you what, do it that way. Yeah. So the actual ABS system is in the way. That pipe's all cleaning up nice. They're all in really good condition as well, no corrosion. A little bit of corrosion on the connections here. I use steel instead of copper, which I prefer. Yeah, a few little bits I've still got to do, but we're getting there slowly but surely. So I'll keep at it and still work my way around. So let's see what we can do with this. Bit of the old grease lightning. And the scrub. The paintbrush, I think. A little bit of rust there. That's part of the wing. Seems to be loosening the dirt off. Let's see what it looks like. Give it a wipe. Ah, nice. Look at that. Yeah, I'll have to repeat the process, I think. Let's get to all the little areas. Oh, I'm really impressed with that. That's nice. What we like. I think I'll replace all these nuts and bolts as well with stainless at some point. In fact, I think I'll get some ordered and I'll replace those. Clean the plastic up. Yeah. Spray a bit of the wax oil on that, a little bit of rust, I think. Keep it at bay. Better. Nice. So we're making a bit more progress. I've put some overbraid on this expansion tank pipe as well. I think I'm going to swap this red here as well for I've got some nice overbraided hose, so I think I'm going to swap that. I don't like how that looks. It looks a bit cheap and nasty. And the actual coupler here was a nice bright blue. I don't know if you can just see in there. It's actually gone all faded, so I think I'm going to order a black one, probably from Ash, or to silicone hoses, and swap that for a nice black one, I think, so it's looking a bit crispy and dry. Just tidy it up a little bit, so that's something else I'm going to do at a later date. As well as, like I say, get some satin black paint, strip all these back, replace all the nuts and bolts, take them off from the actual aircon rad here, repaint all those. So that's another thing. I've also noticed down here, excuse me, back to black, there's a lot of rust along this front cross member here and on the actual subframe there, so I think I'm going to have to get some rust treatment and clean all this up. Yeah, so you can see there's quite, there's that bolt there, I've been looking for that. Go out there, dropped that about a year ago. There you go. Nice stainless one. Yeah, so I think I'm going to have to do some treatment on that. I may have to get another aircon rad, but as long as it holds fluid I'll be happy at the moment. But like I said, I'm going to recharge that with a recharge kit from Amazon or eBay, something like that. Just a cheap recharge kit and do that. But yeah, definitely needs some treatment here. So I'll probably have to wire brush all that off and put some hammerite or some direct-to-metal paint on there. Like I said again, the horns are a little bit worn as well, so they need a little bit of attention as well. So maybe we can get some aftermarket ones, or like I said before, some new ones from Toyota itself. It's all a bit rusty under here as well. It's all restoration stuff now, cosmetic. Now the rear subframe is going to get some attention next couple of weeks as well. And that flagged that up on the last MOT, as well as the brake pipes. I'll be doing that in a video coming up soon as well. So I'll continue cleaning, but as you can see, it's starting to get there, starting to get a look nicer. I've checked all the way around the cam cover as well, there's no leaks. So when I did the cam cover gasket, that's held up nicely. Next door's dog's having a fit. And people have asked about these bolts before. I got these just off eBay. And what I had to do to actually hold the plastics in, put riv nuts in all the areas where the clips are. As you can see here, there's just little riv nuts, so you can just screw the little 10mm in. So it's quite an easy little job. It just takes a little bit of time and effort. So I continue cleaning. So I've made a little bit more progress. I've actually overbraided the breather lines under here. You can actually see them under the engine cover on, but I know they're there and they look a little bit nicer and a bit more protected. All the pipes at the back are all dressed now, look a lot nicer. Firewall looks a bit cleaner. A little bit more cleaning to do on the, you can see that, there we go, on the booster, so I'm going to give that more of a polish as well. And I'm going to do the aluminium on the intake and on the strut brace as well, just with some metal finesse, mercury metal polish. So we'll crack on with that now. Therapy today and it'll work, just nice weather, just get it all buffed up by hand. It's quite nice. A bit more attention on that bit there. Yeah, look at that, it comes up. Yeah, and then I'll do the strut brace as well, clean that up a little bit. The actual base of the strut brace needs repainting. I haven't got any blue paint left as well, so it looks like I'm going to have to order a load of paint, a load of satin black and some blue. I may even do the tops of those black as well, I don't know yet. I quite like them being blue, bit of a contrast. I've got the old blue parts here and the bolts as well. I made this bracket myself a long time ago, this throttle stay bracket. Just basically just copied the original, made it out of aluminium and polished it up. Needs a bit of a buff, so I'll do that as well at the same time. So when I actually do an engine swap on this, eventually, I'll probably do a lot more custom parts on the 190 and delete a lot of parts that I don't actually think I'll need, like some breather hoses and things like that, like I did on the Nissan, basically simplify it a lot. So I've got this side on, and I've put washers underneath this time just to try and level it off a little bit. It was getting a little bit bent. The paint's not too bad, but it could do with redoing really and a bit more clear coat putting on, so I'll probably do that at a later date. I also want to replace these nuts and bolts here for some nice stainless jobs, but it cleans up quite nice. I can't do the other side yet because the actual that side of the car is up in the air, so I can get the front bumper on and off. So I'm probably going to put the headlights in next, and then I'm going to put the front bumper on, and then I can do that side of the strut base and then put the trims back in, and we're pretty much there. I think it looks a lot nicer. Yeah, it could do with the paint really, and a wire tuck and things like that. I may do that, I probably will do that on the next build, I think. That's going to be probably a year or two away. So like I say, now I'm going to get the headlights in and then put the front bumper on. All back in, strut braces all back on, all nice and clean. It's a lot cleaner at the back of the firewall now. So I'm going to give the lights a bit of a wipe over with some detailer, go over the actual slant panel as well. So I just realised as well these actually unbolt, so at some point I could actually take this out and repaint it, but then you don't actually see it because it's under the plastics. But there's a bit of rust coming through here, so I've just tried to budge it up with some gold paint. So I may even remove all that later in the year and repaint that, put some nice clear coat on it. But I've ordered some black paint anyway from good old Amazon, so that should be coming in the next couple of days. It's an aerosol, it's a Rust-Oleum satin black, or even a gloss black I think. So I'll be doing the chassis with that as well underneath, try and clean that up, and I'll be doing the brake lines as well in the next couple of weeks, and just get it ready for its MOT, just tidy it up underneath and start the basic restoration process. Not a full restoration as yet, just a basic job just to clean it up a little bit, preserve it a little bit more. Okay, so when I get the last bits of plastic in, so I'm just going to finish the plastics off with some Pro Clean Black Magic Tyre Goo. It's great on the plastics, gives a nice sort of satin finish, not too glossy, cleans it up nice. And then I'll use my dress up bolts to finish it off. So last stage is these little dress up bolts. So I have actually replaced all the clip holes with rib nuts. You just draw them out slightly, put your rib nut in to the size of your M8 bolt, I think it is. Just pop them in then. Just makes a nicer finish, in my opinion anyway. Looks something like that. All back together. Looking a lot cleaner and fresher. Yeah, it's not perfect, still needs a lot more work, but it is a work in progress. Like I say, when I do a full engine swap, I'll repaint the bay, I think, maybe in a Bentley Extreme Silver. If you don't know what that colour is, have a look online. It's in silver, which actually has a pearl to it. Definitely going to order a new coupler, a black one I think. This one's getting really hard and crispy. Probably a slightly longer one as well, because then I can move the intake down a bit, this way a bit, cover that area, give me a bit more airflow. So job done, just a few little cleaning products, a little bit of elbow grease, a little bit of hard work. It's come up quite nice. Yeah, it's not perfect, but it's not really a show car, it's still a daily. So if you've liked this video, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. Most importantly, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.